Okay, this is Chris with the first of the winter gardens. This is the cutting garden for our lettuce. Most of the lettuce you get these days is not grown to maturity, but grown to just a few inches tall and cut with a small harvester that into the pieces that you see in the bags you get when you get the mixed salad greens at the store. So I've taken an assortment of some red, green, and some butter crunch lettuce here, mixed it in, planted it very tight as you can see. I'll go and do a short narration at today's modern lettuce field so you can just see how tight the lettuce is, but it's usually just a couple inches apart, and then a machine with many knives comes across and cuts the blades at just several inches tall, and it's processed very quickly that night by the produce companies and sent off to the store. I've also got some arugula in here. I remember the dear leader being very concerned about the price of arugula some time back. I want to make sure that I'm doing my part here in the United States to contain cost and make sure that all the fancier people who eat arugula on a regular basis can feel comfortable and not crimping into their supply. I also have some mustard greens here, or collard greens. I've not ever eaten collard greens, so I'm kind of looking forward to finding out how these mix into my food, my meals here. But the most important part is that it's planted densely, and the container was pre-wet. In other words, I probably put about 150 gallons of water into the soil here. So now all I have to do is apply a modest amount of water without having to worry about the hose being in here for 30-40 minutes. And in contrast to the density planting, you can see the sparse planting here for my broccoli and cauliflower. I am a huge eater, consumer of broccoli and cauliflower, and can't wait to have my own plant material to harvest right from. The lettuce will mature till harvestability in probably not much more than 14 days. The cauliflower and broccoli probably about 8 weeks. So because it gets very cold where I'm at in the wintertime, these gardens may go under a winter house to be protected at least before the broccoli and cauliflower gets ready to harvest. We'll have to see. And we have the rest of the container garden project here. This is just one section of it. I'm going to work on sprucing up the rest. I've been on the road a lot, doing a lot of deliveries for the last month and a half. And when the plants were sizing up, I didn't get in here quick enough to support them. But you can see I've got a very heavy crop of tomatoes coming on. I'm about 10 weeks out from when I first planted these. My production's a little bit slower than I thought, but that may have been due to the fact that just after getting it planted, I went from the mid-90s to the low hundreds, and the heat had quite an effect, I'm sure, on the setting of flowers in both quantity and quality. I'm just going to be getting, looks like my first harvest, a little cherry 100s this weekend. I can't wait. Today's Thursday. I'm looking for a small tomato harvest with some olive oil, goat cheese, and some other tasty things on Saturday or Sunday, I hope. You can see I've got a piece of iron or steel fencing in the background. I'll show how that's done in a little bit. I was trying to do things as economically as possible so that people could see you don't need much expense to get a lot back in return. That piece of steel concrete wire cost me about $6, and the tree stakes you can get for free or for just a few dollars more. And I actually didn't even nail it together. I wove the stakes into the steel wire and then popped them into the tubs. But I'll cover the rest of the late summer garden and the first phase of the container garden series later in the day. For right now, again, this is the salad garden. I'm going to did this one from plugs, obviously. I'll be doing another one in the next couple of days from seed, so that I have a much more diverse assortment of lettuce greens, for lack of a better term. And remember, my expertise is in fruit trees, mostly citrus and subtropical and ornamentals. So I'm learning along with you on how to have an ideal vegetable garden. The most important parts of this so far is that I used, to start it with, at the base, although we can't really see it, the river gravel and sand, and then with some horse manure, Starbucks coffee grounds, and some mulch, a very economical mix. I think I've got all about $5 commercial soil mix, and a $5 plastic tub into this, plus the cost of the greens. The goal is to get it so that there's no investment in the soil, and obviously the tub can be reused for many years. I did add a little addition here to my winter greens garden. I wasn't satisfied with just the triple fig. Obviously I added the artichoke to it. I'll have to get more artichokes. Artichokes, oh my god, I just love the eating those things, the petals and the hearts. So I've added some red cabbage, and I've added some sweet peas. The sweet peas I want to have grow up the stems of these figs. The figs will be finished fruiting soon. And again, it's mid-October, actually getting about the 20th. So I'll have my sweet peas climbing up here and get some peas out of there. And then I'll have a beautiful color contrast with the red broccoli and the silver leafed asparagus plants. And about the time that the broccoli's done, red cabbage broccoli. I got broccoli on the mind because I can't wait for my own fresh broccoli. So the red cabbage contrasting with the silver asparagus, one, it'll look very beautiful, and it'll make this container really productive. I'm just like that. I don't like just a simple planting. Gardens gone wild, okay? You know, I just want to get in there and have as much stuff going on as realistically possible. We'll get these sweet peas tied up on here with some nursery tape. Already have a very delicious black mission fig ready to go. And so that's the other part of the winter garden. The first part, because I'm going to be going to a grower and doing some videos there on offerings that they have for winter plantings, and then bringing back that material. Thank you.